Right guys, welcome to the video, welcome to this YouTube channel titled It's Okay to Talk. It's taken me a couple of days to figure out exactly what I was going to title the channel, and it's taken me 2 years to actually sit down and make this video. I have tried to shoot this very video multiple times today and multiple times in the past, but today is the day. I've been forced into it, my hands are tied, and it's time. It is time for me to rid alcohol of my life for at least 30 days, to give myself an opportunity to get some life back, to feel the way I'm meant to feel at 32 years old, a male, in his prime. Killing myself through alcohol abuse. Now, in previous attempts to make this video, I've tried to tell you my entire life story, or my entire story around alcohol. I feel like today's video, being that, you know, I am hungover, being that I am feeling very apprehensive, very scared about doing this, and not really trusting myself to even make it throughout the day. I mean, that's a reality. I've told myself I need to quit many times in the past, and I've let myself down many times in the past, and that's the vicious cycle of being an addict. I've got addicts in the family. Alcohol has been a part of my life for 16 years. I'm 32 now, but I would say that it really ramped up about 2 years ago, in February of 2021, and we're sitting early January 2023 now. The reason why it ramped up, and I'll explain this, is that I had a chronic addiction to marijuana for the 14 years prior to that, and I simply couldn't stop. But there was one thing that I hadn't tried, and that is replacing that addiction with alcohol. I never knew that, you know, that first night where I had, I don't know, seven or eight drinks would turn into a daily habit. But I knew that it made me feel good, and I knew that it got me to bed without smoking, and I knew that, okay, I've got an alternative. Is it a good alternative? Well, I didn't know at the time, but now I can safely say that no, it's not. So, I had 2 months off weed, but unfortunately that 2 months was filled with drinking alcohol every single day, and by the end of it, I was in an absolute state. So then I went back to weed, and then I've gone back to alcohol, and now I'm actually consuming both. So the way I drink is completely, addictive in its, what's the word? Geez, I tell you what, there's one thing that I really hate, and that is feeling dumb. That is feeling like my vocabulary is shrinking by the day. Because I feel like all this alcohol I'm giving myself, my brain is literally fucking shriveling up. I honestly feel like I'm giving myself brain damage. So it's got to stop. I've got 2 little kids that I'm living with at the moment. They've actually headed out with their mum. Now, me and the mum aren't together, but I am living in the house, and alcohol helps. I'm not going to lie, alcohol helps. Any problems that you've got at the time, any arguments that haven't been swept, that have been swept under the rug, and they're still there and they haven't been worked out, well, you have a drink, or you have half a bottle of whiskey, as I do, and everything's fine until the next morning, when you've got kids jumping around, when I don't even want to open my eyes because I'm so depressed, and I'm feeling so anxious and just sad that I'd let myself down again and again. Now, over the last 2 years, I have had time off. I have been able to string together 3 or 4 days without alcohol, and I can safely say that on that 3rd or 4th day I am feeling the best I've ever felt, and all of those negative thoughts and memories about drinking and how it's affected me, and they go away. They go away because your body regenerates, and on that 3rd or 4th day I'm feeling pretty damn good, and I go and start the process all over again. And today's the day. Last night I had 2 bottles of wine, standard. 1 bottle, I always think it's enough. Take it home, get halfway through, no, it's definitely not enough. In the car, probably over the limit, off to the bottle store, get another one, and some nights I even get 3. Now, it's it's whiskey and wine for me, whiskey or wine. Whiskey is the more expensive per standard drink of the two, but they're both, I've both had, you know, copious amounts, a lifetime's worth, to be honest, in the last 2 years. I'm surprised with how my body has stayed intact. You know what I mean? I've been holding on to you know, my physique and my physical training just. You know, I might go a couple of weeks binge drinking, and then I might have a couple of days off, and I get back to the gym for 2 or 3 days, and then, you know, I've gone to the gym drunk. It's fun. You're not going to get a good workout, but it's fucking fun. And so that's what it done. You know, I'm 2 years in. I feel like I have acted as if I was an alcoholic. Do I feel like I'm an alcoholic? I don't know. I don't know what the exact definition is, but I feel I'm quite happy to admit that. I'm quite happy. Look, if anyone else out there looks at me and hears my story and says, yes, you're an alcoholic, well, sweet, so be it. Is that going to help me stop? No. It's nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna happen unless you do it. And you know, the way that I drink, I sort of hide it. So not a lot of people actually realize the extent to where it's at. So you know, because I do drink alone. I drink alone a lot, and you know, that's not healthy. It's not healthy physically or mentally. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So I've tried to tell myself, you know, don't drink at home alone. Don't drink certain spirits. Have days off, but none of them work. None of them work. And I've been to rehab. I actually have. I've been to a couple of rehabs, and they didn't work either because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Now, one crucial thing that's happened in the last couple of days is that I have checked my bank balance, and I'm pretty much broke. So my hands are tied now. I literally cannot afford to drink. And I've spent all of my spare cash, I've spent all of my savings on alcohol and drugs the last couple of years. And at first it was great because I had money in the bank and I could, but now I don't. And I've got 2 kids to support, I've got myself to support. And you know, mentally I just need to switch back on. I need to start living rather than just surviving to the next day. So that's enough for today. This is day 1. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. I know I'm going to be more positive, but you know, even in saying that, I still can't trust myself. Even you know, I say I've got no money, but I find a way because I've been in this point before, and I've sold things. You know, I've literally sold toys, adult toys that I really enjoy, and now I don't have them. So it's not too good, but it's okay to talk, and that's what I'm doing right now. And it's also okay to not wear a t-shirt if you don't want to. So thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully this video helps someone out there, and hopefully, I hope and pray that I can be here tomorrow morning on day 2 feeling really proud of myself. And I'm so happy that I've made this video now. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.